Good evening, everyone, and thank you for joining us today. Appreciate the time. It's in the evening, and you may have other things to do. You may have had a really tough day, and you have kids and everything. So I will try to be quick, but thank you for attending. Today I'm gonna introduce you Diamond Pix, which is a platform where you can connect your uh, exchange wallet. Usually in the Netherlands, most of the people will connect their Bitravo or Kraken, and you connect to an account you make on DiamondPix. You choose a strategy, and we manage your wallet for you. How does it work? So today in terms of the agenda, what's the problem that we solve? What's Diamond Pig? We'll talk pigs. We talk a little bit about the platform, our strategies and the bots and pricing, etc. Um, for those who know a little bit about crypto, for those who already trading or having crypto for a long time or for a short time, there's a few issues or there are a few challenges in the crypto market. The market is very volatile. This has to do with the fact that it's a relatively young asset class, and there are a lot of coins that don't have enough liquidity, and there are a lot of parties with a lot of different interests, and there's sometimes pump and dump. There are some very big parties like Binance, for example, that can easily manipulate the market, and it's a difficult market to invest in because it's very volatile. On top of that, crypto is complex. Blockchain technology can be complicated to understand. There are a lot of different narratives in this asset class, and you need really to stay up to date and to read Twitter and to read a lot of articles and a lot of podcasts in order to be up to date and know what and when to invest and which coins not to invest. Besides, in general, when people are not professional in trading, they often suffer from FOMO, fear of missing out, and they often step in the wrong moment. And sometimes they just sell when there's a correction and they're afraid that they will lose a lot of money, then they will sell in the wrong time. So all those issues, we in Diamond Peaks, we try to solve. And we have developed a platform that, as I said, you connect your exchange wallet via API keys. It's a process that usually takes about 5 to 10 minutes. Once you connect that, you choose a strategy that fits your risk profile, and we take it over from you and we manage it for you. That's essentially what we do. You're always in control, so you can always remove the APIs, you can always pause, you can always stop. You can allocate as much as money that you want to allocate to the investment strategies, and you can decide how much you want to exclude from the investment strategies and manage it yourself or just hodl it yourself. It's all good. It's a very flexible platform, so you can always start very small and slowly put more money if you start trusting the platform and the way we work and you like it. And you can always also a lot of customers doing DCA, dollar cost averaging. They put an amount. The average wallet in our user base is about $9,000. So just that you know a little bit. So there are some people with a lot of money, with hundreds of thousands of euros. There's some people with 2,000-3,000 euros, and it's all okay. It's really up to them. The way you onboard, and maybe some of you have already started onboarding. First of all, you sign up, and we ask you for some details, and then you connect your wallet through to DiamondPix through APIs, and there are instructions that we give, and we also offer, if you find it a little bit challenging, we offer to do screen sharing and help you to connect, and we send you videos if needed, instruction, and usually it's not a problem, but some people that find it a little bit scary or challenging, and then we are there to help. Once you have connected the API, then we have connection to your wallet. We are allowed to view your wallet and to trade the wallet for what you ask us to do. We are not allowed to withdraw any funds from your wallet. You are not giving us the permission, and we also don't want to do that. So just that you know. So you choose a strategy, and we look in a few minutes. We look at the different strategies that we offer, and then the bots or then the system start working, and your portfolio is managed. Again, you stay in control. You can always stop. You can always delete the API, and it's up to you. You are the boss, and you delegate us to do whatever you want us to do. A little bit about the infrastructure of DiamondPix. So we essentially have 4 different systems. On the left-hand side, you see on the bottom, we have a bot factory. We keep on, we have about 6 workers. Those are workers who are continuously using deep learning machine in order to come up with different bots. We are using different methods, and I will show you some example of different bots with different technical analysis method in a few minutes. And once some of the bots are qualified to be good enough to assess them for a while, we tag them and we assess them, we monitor them for a few months. There's always in bots, there's the back data, and there's a forward data, and there's actual data, and all of that data needs to be looking really promising. So we eventually add that specific bot into the fund manager. That's where we manage the different investment strategies. The focus is always and always will be is low drawdown. That means that we, when we choose the bots, it's very important that they will obviously do really good trades, but it's more important they will protect the user from big losses. And that's one of the criteria when we choose the bots. We'll talk about it later as well. So once the bots is added to the investment strategies, there's a collection of different bots that there will be in that strategy. And as soon as the bot decides to enter a position, it sends a signal into the trade execution manager, and the trade execution manager is the brain of DiamondPix, where also your API keys are stored. And that is the moment when we are sending, we execute the trade with limit orders, not market orders, really important, to your wallet. We do the trade through Bitvavo, and we update your wallet accordingly. And you could see that also on the front end dashboarding, where you could see the performance, you can see the trades that we are doing. Obviously, you can choose the strategies, you could do the payments, etc., etc. Pretty simple dashboard with some tabs where you can manage your account. Those are the different strategies that we offer. So on the left-hand side, the only one that is not managed by bots is the index, very popular, the top 10. This one, what we do with that is that we always in long position, and we always have the top 10 crypto coins. What we do is a rebalancing once a month, and we obviously during the rebalance, we make sure that the top 10, the actual top 10 are in your wallet, and we allocate based on market cap. So as bigger the market cap, more allocation the coins will get. So Bitcoin has more than 20% in the allocation, and Ethereum has a little bit less, and BNB and Solana and XRP, etc., etc., and Avalanche and Link that are on the 9 and the 10th spot, they will have much less allocation than the top 3 or 4. And we usually recommend for beginners to start with the index, because it's, in Dutch you say, it's a weerspiegeling of the crypto market. It's a mirroring of the crypto market, and it's doing, on the long term, it's doing really well. And then you have those single active strategies that manage only one coin. Bitcoin Protect, pretty popular one, and then Ethereum Protect, Solana, Ripple, Doge, BNB, and we may add more. Those are not the most popular one. Those are one that usually are being used by a little bit more advanced investors. in combination with other strategies. And sometimes they choose the top three, which is very popular. Investment strategy is doing really, really well as well. It's a strategy that manage only Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. And it done well because every time in the last 6 months, we drove the wave of the narrative of Bitcoin first, afterwards the Ethereum and the Solana, and did really good trades. The CryptoMix is a combination of many altcoins as well as Bitcoin and Solana and etc. So big coins, but also small coins, and the meme coins. Those two are focused on protection. When the real altcoin season will start, those are expected to perform really well. And they are doing okay. They're doing okay. I think the CryptoMix Protect did 25% in the last 6 months, and the meme coin did 42% in the last 6 months, but the top three did 80% in the last 6 months, I believe. And then you can always combine it with hodling Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. And of course, you can always move to stablecoin or to USD or USDC, depending on the exchange you're working with. When we do the trades, the pairing is always the coin or euro or USDC. So you may at times will also have some euro. If you're on Bitfavo, will have euro in your wallet. So a few USPs, unique selling points. You can exclude your favorite coins. So again, you're always in control. You can always decide how much you want to allocate to us and how much you want to manage yourself or just to hodl yourself. You can easily switch between strategies. You can add more strategies, but you need to have at least 2,000 euros to have multiple strategies. Otherwise, the trades will be too small for us. You can always pause or stop. There's full transparency on the performance, on trading activities and the fees. And I'll talk about the fees in a second because we are in the midst of moving to a different pricing module. And we're very proud of strong support. I myself did hotel school in The Hague and very support-minded, and I have a very strong team that is always replying very fast. We also have Piggy. It's our AI chat that taking a little bit more than 95% of all the calls right now and answer them. But if you are not satisfied with the answer, you can always use WhatsApp or just open a ticket and we reply within 24 hours during weekdays. When we select the bots, as I said, it's really important that we choose bots with low maximum drawdown. That means that the risk is low. So sometimes it will just enter a position, but if there's a big correction, it will immediately go out and move back to euro or to stablecoin. Obviously, we choose coins that bots that potentially doing better than hodl, and as the performance of the coin is doing better, then it's getting more challenging. But that's our job to find from all the bots factory to find those bots. And we are not keen on trading too much, so we try to find the balance between the trade frequencies and the transaction cost, because every time we trade, it costs you money in Bitfavo, and we don't want to make Bitfavo rich. They're rich enough. So we are looking at that as well. Too many trades, it's a no-go for us. When we select the coins, we're looking at the project, we're looking at the tokenization, really, really important. We look at the revenue that they're driving, we look at whether it's utility or not. We usually talk about the CryptoMix coins and less about the meme coins. Meme coins is a different story. But we investigate the product and the teams, and we know that when we choose a coin, the coin is strong and has potential and has real utility, but also in the right narrative. That's also important. And of course, in Bitfavo, it's also important there's enough market liquidity. Although we trade in limit orders, and it's not really an issue anymore. We used to trade a few years ago in market orders. That could be an issue. We still don't want to trade in too little coins with little liquidity. This is when the bots factory come up with a bot. So that's what we see on the back end. This is a Bitcoin for example, bots that knows to come up very well, knows to find the bottom of the price very well. You can see the performance of the chart of the last year below. I will show you more examples. So the first one, which is a similar bot that I showed you, it's a bot that we call Deep Discovery. It's a bot that can identify the bottom, so we call the low points the bottoms every time. But it's a bot that doesn't trade too often. But if it trades only gains. He never loses. So he's very sure of himself itself. And you see the L is when you take a long position, and the C it's when you close the position. And if you see it's in green, that means that it's a positive trade, and it will be in red, it means that it's a negative trade. Now, this one is we have it for years, and it only makes good trade. And he also now just entered in the bottom and is still in a trade right now. Every bot has a trailing stop loss, so if there is a big correction, then it will just exit the position. This is another example of Injective. It's an altcoin. Here you see that although the bot is doing much better than the coin itself, the coin itself doesn't do really well anyway. But you could see that I see one trade with a loss, with a small loss. So somewhere in September 2023, he entered a position, maybe it was a little bit before September, in August, he entered a position, and then the price went down and immediately went out. So that's the trailing stop loss we're talking about. There's another bot type, we call it mean reversion, but in a simple word, it's a trend rider. This bot is this is an example of meme coin BOM. I really like this bot. It's really doing really well. It just closed a really nice position a few weeks ago, and is again now in position, and it's doing really well. It's a screenshot from this afternoon, and that's the last year, because meme coins usually are pretty young coins, especially this one. So we don't have a lot of data, but it's still doing really well. The trend rider picks up a trend and then ride on the trend, and then just take exit position either through stop loss or through take profit. It's another one, CVX, another one that I really like. It's really old bots, I think from 3 years ago, something like that. He also does a few very, very small losing trades, but he is able to perform really well, although the coins is not really doing well the last couple of years. And then we also have the volume surge. The volume surge we use for a few big coins. So we use it for Bitcoin, for Ethereum, and Solana, and I think there's a few more. Volume surge, it's when the bots identify that there's more volume and more investors are starting to enter the position, then it will enter a position as well. I believe that we're taking that data from Binance because it's the biggest exchange. And you see that he does a lot of trades, does relatively lots of trade. So because we have those bots that never do any losing trades, but they don't trade enough, we also need to compensate that with some bots that are trading a lot and may do some losing trades. This one is doing well. But if there's a lot of volatility, it can also close with some some small percentage of loss. That's an example of the backend. This is the top index from a few months ago. That's how you see how we are looking at it from the backend and how the fund manager is working. We have the different strategies and different tabs. This is the top index. This is the CryptoMix. In this case, it's 50% in euro, and he has some position. That's not the case now. It's from many years ago, but many months ago. But you could see that it's like a football team. Some bots are playing, and some bots are waiting to enter a position. And when they enter, they will take some of the allocation of the euros. That's the way it works. This is the current pricing. I'm not going to talk about it because we are just moving to a new pricing. So actually, I will talk about. Until now, we have a management fee plus performance fee, but have started migration a few weeks ago with beta testing of 50 users, and they are going to pay this one. And in a few weeks' time, we introduce it to everyone. We are moving away from performance fee. We make it really simple. We just ask 0.25% of your wallet size for what we manage. So if we manage only 5,000 euros, so it's 0.25, 5,000. If we manage 2,000, it's only that. There's a minimum fee of $20. And then you get a connection to your exchange, one strategy, and you can exclude up to 2 coins. And if you'd like to customize your plan and add more strategies, more exchanges, unlimited excludes your coin, you just pay additional add-ons. So it's a basic plan plus add-on. It makes it much more simple. It's easier for us. We don't need to send invoice at the end of the month. We are also now expanding outside the Netherlands, so it helps us to do that. So it's very scalable and very, very easy for the users, and also much cheaper for them. Because when you sometimes have performance fee where you need to pay a lot of money, people don't like it. They don't know what to expect at the end of the month, and they're getting those invoices. And we moved away from that. So as of the 22nd, I'd like to focus on that rather than talking about the old pricing. That's it. I will move now to a Q&A session. You may ask me anything you want on the Q&A. An example, if the wallet is having total value of 30K, is it possible to start using bots trading? Yes. So during the onboarding, first you get to see which coins do you want to exclude, and you can choose to exclude them partially. So for example, if you have one Bitcoin, you can say, hey, I give you half Bitcoin, I just hodl it. Or if you have half Bitcoin, say give us as much as Bitcoin you want us to give us to managing strategy, and you can keep the rest, and it applies to everyone. So you can do, so yes, absolutely. And only then you can go and choose the strategy you want to do.